Guys, we have an amazing opportunity in front of us. Next weekend, May 8th, Elon Musk is going to be hosting Saturday Night Live. Everyone knows, unless you've been living under a rock, that he's a big proponent of Dogecoin, as is Mark Cuban. I don't know if you guys caught the interview or the Skype with Mark Cuban and Ellen, but even Ellen DeGeneres is now maybe interested in getting bullish on Dogecoin. Soulja Boy, Snoop Dogg, and many others. There's a long list of folks who are starting to get the feeling that, hey, there's something going on here. Some might even call it the people's currency. I don't know, but definitely a lot of people in my circles are liking the idea. I know that it's becoming easier to trade Dogecoin, and its function as a currency is starting to become more and more a reality, as opposed to, you know, the naysayers who say it was started as a joke and oh, it doesn't have a use case. Well, it does, because a lot of people have it in their wallets now, and a lot of people are willing to exchange things of value in return for Dogecoin, myself included. So right now, we want to call everyone who's seeing this this video right now. Today's the Friday, the 30th of April. We want to call everyone to buy 100 tokens. And as of today's price, where we at? Okay, we're at 32.9 cents. So call it 33 cents. Figure out a way you can get $33 together, open up your Robinhood account, and get 100 tokens. That's all you need. I mean, it's a small price to pay just to get your foot in the door, because leading up to next week, you might see a lot of big price action. We already saw a lot of price action. Myself, my brother, a couple other my friends, we bought in at 5 cents, and it's already run up to, at its highest, it got up to like 40, 41, 42, somewhere in there. It pulled back down to the mid 20s. Now, even in spite of there being a lot of selling pressure, we noticed a big wallet holder, a big Dogecoin holder was selling a lot. Even in spite of that, Dogecoin held that 25, 26 level. And now, just over the past week, we started to inch up over 30. Now we're holding 32, 33. So as we get closer to May 8th, you know Elon is going to, he's kind of a character, and we all love him for that. And he's going to be dropping some Dogecoin memes and some jokes, and he's just going to raise the awareness even more than it already is for Dogecoin, and getting more people on board. So the goal is to get you guys in the game prior to that, so you can take advantage of any price movement going into next week. KuCoin, great website. If anyone is looking for a wallet, you can buy Doge here. Robinhood is where I hold it, just because that was the most convenient at that time. But there are other places. I think Kraken, you can buy it on now. But the only thing I would say about Kraken is that it does take a little while to get everything set up. You know, usually you got to connect the bank account, and you got to do a transfer, and sometimes it takes a few days. So we're about, I don't know, a week out. So it's enough time to get all your stuff. If you start today, get the money in, get a deposit made, make a purchase, because it likely will hold this level, you know, unless there's another big, you know, tweet or something major happens. Maybe it gets picked up by another big merchant servicer like PayPal or Visa or MasterCard, something like that. We don't know. All those things are in the works. I'm hearing, you know, chit chat about that kind of stuff. It's just going to become more and more popular, especially if you've seen these CEOs for, I think Visa and MasterCard came out and said we're gonna start putting more dollars into, you know, building out that cryptocurrency infrastructure. So it's here to stay. We just want to get everyone squared away to take advantage of the price movement for Dogecoin going into May 8th. Elon Musk hosting SNL, big celebrity backers. We want to get everyone in the game. It's going to be the future. Well, maybe not the future, the entire future, but it's going to be a big part of the future. So hopefully everyone can find 33 bucks. Get into Robinhood, get your 100 coins. Let's go. Okay, so let's get you guys a little bit closer look to see what we're looking at as far as moving averages, what the future holds for Doge potentially, and where we're at right now. This is just a little look at just the past, call it, couple weeks for the price action on Dogecoin. You can see where it first ran up about right here. We got up into the mid 30s, pulled back, and that's on heavy volume, by the way, which is always a good sign. That means there's a lot of people right in the marketplace, in the thick of it, buying and selling. A lot of transactions taking place. That's a good sign because it's a more supportive of a case for like, hey, you know what? There is a lot of activity when we get to this level. Pulls back, people get a little scared. They're like, we've never been here before. And they're like, no, no, no. We do like it at 40 cents. Now, bear in mind, you usually don't want to get in at an all-time high. That's usually a good rule of thumb, unless, as an example, I had bought in at 5. I noticed it was starting to run with serious momentum right in here, and I bought another bag at 19 cents. So my average was down to about 10 cents, which I was okay with because by that time I didn't think it was going to pull back to 10 cents. I was like, this thing's going to the moon. So, but if it's your first position, do not, usually under any circumstance, get in for your first position at an all-time high. Wait for it to come back. These things do not go up forever, indefinitely. So if you had taken that advice right here, so let's say you just wait, maybe nibble right here, nibble right here. That's perfect. That's the way you want to do it. Just buy the dips because this stuff on a long-term basis is usually going higher, especially with the hype that it's been getting and the adoption, the more widespread adoption, not by just the people, but by companies as well as celebrities, because we all know how much influence they have. Another thing, technical indicators. See this orange line? Now, usually, and this applies to stocks too, usually if your 10-day moving average stays above a longer term, like in stocks, it's usually like you don't want your 30-day moving average to dip below your 65-day because that would be dubbed a death cross. And it just means like if this say this orange line was to dip below the purple, okay, that would be a very bearish sign. But you'll notice that both the orange, the 10-day moving average, and the 5-day are always bouncing off the longer-term moving average, which is bullish. It means that there's support right there at the moving average. I bet you if you move that out to like 60-day, it'd be even more bearish. But if we switch over to the candles, it's a little bit different look at it. Again, I personally like the candles, but the lines are important, especially when you're looking at some of the technical indicators like the moving averages. Anyways, there's a lot more accomplished guys who talk about the flaming teacup, triple bottom, double top hat formation occurring. So, I mean, you can get real deep down the rabbit hole right now, but I do know that typically when it runs up like this, boom, people get scared. They want to take profits, especially all the OG hodlers. I was even thinking about it right here. I didn't. I continue to hodl. But as you see right here, bam, it starts to look for a new bottom. You find support, support, support. And then as enough time goes by, now you start to see all the people, all the weaker hands come back in and say, okay, I feel good. The dust is kind of settled. Let's go to the moon. And then they're dipping in right here. So I think this is still a good point. Anything under $1, really, I think is a good entry point. Just, again, don't buy your first position at an all-time high, okay? That's about it. You can already see, just as we're making this video, it's already running up. We're north of 33. This thing probably goes to 43 after SNL. I don't know that, but long-term price prediction, we're looking at $2. So that's the technicals in a nutshell. That's a nice chart. There's a run-up, stabilization, and now we're getting some more people entering back into the market. So there you go. That's all we got. Okay, so hopefully you were able to pull something out of that, but I think at the end of the day, what you have to just recognize is kind of look back over the time and ask yourself, what is cryptocurrency? Because as we move from, trading livestock with each other to gold and silver and copper and things like that, to credit cards and other types of digitized payments, this is just the next evolution. And you can go into all that technical analysis, but you don't have to, because all it really is just another way, and a cheaper and more efficient and faster way for people to exchange money with each other. And all it takes for someone, for money to exist in its conceptually, is that you and I agree that it has value. That's all the dollar is. The dollar, I can't take my dollar and go trade it into the treasury for gold anymore. You used to be able to do that, but you can't do it anymore. It's the same for cryptocurrency. You know, there's no limit to the dollars that can be created. We've all seen that over the past year. They're just printing money. That's one of the biggest critiques about Dogecoin, is that, oh, there's no limit to them. It's the same thing. People think that it's different from the dollar somehow. It's not. The only reason a $20 bill has value is because you and I both agree that it has value. That's it. The same rules apply to cryptocurrencies, all of them. Whether Dogecoin becomes one of the top dogs, no pun intended, it remains to be seen, but there is a widespread enough adoption and popularity of this cryptocurrency that we think, or at least I think, and many others feel like this is going to be a big part of the cryptocurrency ecosystem in the future. Because, I mean, let's be realistic. No one really knows what exactly the future is going to look like and how cryptocurrency fits in. But very few people would deny that cryptocurrency is not becoming an even bigger part of our everyday lives. So that's the takeaway. 100 coin, call to action. Go find $33, get into Robinhood, and get in the game. Peace!